Oh, man. I know everybody thinks it's cute. Mokie, it's so irritating to have a cat that's a hunter. I mean, there's snakes and rabbits and mice and birds in here. Something was stinking. So I found his new hiding place. It looks like the freaking killing fields. That looks like a baby rabbit. That looks like a baby rabbit. That looks like a baby rabbit. That's an old bird. There's a mouse. I think that's a bird. It's just like, are you kidding me, Mokie? Dad wants to just beat you and tell you, look at this. He's got food. He's got soft food that I gave him this morning. He's got this food. No, what does he do? He wants to fill up the garage with dead animals that stinks, and then I got to go on a hunting trip to find out where he's hiding them. And now, because I clean all this shit out, I don't know what kind of disease in there, I'm going to spray this all down with bleach and just let it evaporate. And you know what? He's going to find a new killing field. Because he used to keep them here. Then he used to keep them back here. And so once I spray it down with bleach, he stops going in there. I don't know what it is. You're in big trouble, mister. You need a big spanking. You are not freaking needing to kill all these animals. And then you don't even eat them. You just kill them and waste them. Crazy cat. You're in big trouble, mister. Dad's going to spank you right now on YouTube because you're big trouble. I'm not putting up with it anymore. No more killing. I walked in here this morning. I go, dang, yesterday I said, something kind of stinks in here. I bet you there's a dead mouse somewhere. A guy walked in here today and I went, damn, it really stinks. I looked under here and it's freaking a graveyard. Good grief. All right, I gotta clean all this crap up. You're in big trouble, mister. I just checked my mail too, and I got so many cards that I haven't opened up, but I had a whole bunch of cards. People sent me some treats for Buddy, and it was really nice, so I appreciate that. Don't you come over here and be nice. Make people think you're a good kitty. You're in big trouble, mister. Big trouble. You're in big stinking trouble. I ain't putting up with it no more. Ah. All right, let me sweep up this garage and try to get this damn smell out of here. Well, in that there with Mokie Cat, the killing fields. Good grief. Buddy, Miss T, you're good boys. Mokie, if you kill one more rabbit, you're in big stinking trouble. Everybody's like, why didn't he kill the big rabbit? Because he tried to get him when I brought him in here and I beat his butt. Told him to leave him alone. Actually, they were pretty big, so he didn't really go after them. When I got the baby chickens, man, he really wanted to eat them. So we had to have a come to Jesus meeting on those chickens. And he stopped. Then they got big enough to where I didn't need to have to stop him. So you're in big trouble. That's why your ear's all messed up. Ain't no telling. You're out there picking on all those poor little rabbits and things. That's why I know. That's why your ear's all messed up. You're in big trouble. Get that little butt. Oh, shit. All right. We'll see y'all later. I'll post this on the gun channel, too, because some people over there are like, oh, Mokie Cat. He's a good old cat. If he would just stop killing animals. Good grief. He's crazy. I can't put out bird food because he thinks it's like, oh, thanks, Dad, for tricking him in so I can pick him off. All right. And he still hasn't used his kitty litter that somebody sent me. That's been down there. All right. Well, in that there, the Mokie disaster. The Revolution by Mokie Cat. I'll add this into the Mokie Cat. So you see Buddy out there? And you look straight across. And you'll see his little girlfriend out here. So what they tend to do is they tend to parallel each other. So if Buddy's over here eating and she can see him, she'll be cat a corner, which is kind of cool that they're even though there's a fence between them, they stay kind of parallel almost all the time. If I see her, I can look across and see Buddy. So see, he's farther away from the fence, so she's closer to the fence. And I don't know if you guys can see her or not. She's like right, where is she? Right there. And then straight across is Buddy behind the little pole there. So even though they're not together, they stand to parallel each other, which is kind of cute. And you see those little paths that I cut? What I did is they walk these paths, and they'll make these natural paths as they pick what area. So they always go to that back corner. They go to the gate over here that I put in because they can reach over the gate without the barbed wire and nuzzle on each other. And then this one goes straight from that tree back to the back area. So what I did is I took the riding lawnmower out there and just cut a little path for them. It makes the grass shorter so they don't step in an ant bed. And it kind of just gives them a little wider natural path. So if you see those in the pasture and you wonder why I didn't cut the whole pasture, first of all, my little lawnmower freaking takes forever. And the grass is pretty long. I have to run a tractor in order to cut it. So there's a path running right across where Mr. T's at. And then I cleared the fence line so they could walk under the trees and stand under the trees. Mr. T and Buddy used to like stand right there, and this morning Buddy was right there with his little butt under that tree. He's been hanging out in this area. So this is where Mr. T passed. And for some reason, he's really been hanging in this area, and he never really hung over here before. But him and Mr. T used to stand in there, so he puts his butt up to that tree, and it blocks this wind and rain. So I figured I went to the post office today for the first time. I had all these cards I gotta open up. I'm sure it's telling me I filled in that little divot where the tractor had to pick up Mr. T. I put this pile here. When they were digging something, they put a pile of dirt here. So this is kind of like my fill dirt. When I need some dirt, I just stick a shovel in here and grab it because it's a mound. And then when I trim my trees, I put it here because as these dry through the summer, when I need kindling in the winter for my fireplace, I just pick my kindling out of here. If it's going to rain, I'll move some of it under the shed so I know I got some dry stuff. But you can see the little path for Buddy to get back to the pond. There was a little natural path. If you look right in the middle, I cut on both sides. There's a natural horse path to where they walk back and forth. And once they determine a route is safe, they'll keep using it. And it causes a little pound indentation from their hoofs, and it makes like a little trail. So I just follow that trail with the lawnmower to give them, and then I cut under the trees. So if they want to stand under the tree, they can see if there's an ant bed or the grass isn't too long. And in the morning when the grass is long and they're walking, it gets all their feet wet and stays wet all the time. This way they can walk, and it's not damp and wet all the time. If they stay in a short area, I mean, if they go in a long area, then it gets wet. I also cut out there by the, I don't know if you can see it, I'll hold the camera up. My little target area back there, I cut a little path there, so if I go out there and shoot, I can walk without getting my legs wet, etc. too. I usually cut a straight path. I usually get a walking path. If I just need to shoot a rifle and see if I can hit something, I'll just come out the front door and post up on one of these poles and then take out one of those targets out there, and then I can hear it if I hit it. So if I bump a sight or if I'm cleaning the gun and I haven't shot in a while, I'll just go out here and pop around on that AR 500 targets. All right, so that's it. I know everybody wants me to trim these bushes, but they were really awkward. So I'm letting them get really long so I can kind of level them to where it doesn't look, because these grew a little bit bigger, so they were always taller. And I couldn't, if I trimmed them, I couldn't trim those, otherwise it would be really short, or I'd have to cut these really short. So I'm letting them get bushy, and then I'll give them a trim. And I usually spray this, but because the rabbit's been hanging out there, I haven't sprayed it. And then the old Ford bench, man, that thing's pretty comfortable. I sit in here a lot more than I thought I would. I sit on this bench 20 times more than I did the other bench. The other bench, when it was just these with little bitty 1-inch things, I never sat in it. Oh, there comes Mokie Cat. Hi, Mokie Cat, what are you doing? Come here and show them how you like your little Ford bench. Come on. Are you mad because I took away your graveyard? Are you mad because I cleaned up your little graveyard? Show them how you like your little bench. You know you like it. You know you like it better than the other one. I know. That's his little friend. He likes to go rub up against him. He was at a pawn shop. He looked a lot better when he had a head and the shirt wasn't dry rotted. This used to be like a nice shirt. It looked like there's somebody sitting out here, but the sun has dry rotted this. See, there he goes. He likes to stand on his little friend. I know. And the head's broken. So, you know, I need to get a mannequin head or some sort of head that I can put up there. And I don't know if I'll keep this hat or not. I mean, it's an old hat I used to wear when I was riding. But the boots are hanging in there, even though they're kind of dry rotting. What are you doing, boy? You got itch? Probably from hanging out with all those dead animals. No damn wonder you're itching, crazy cat. He's like, shut up, Dad. Doing my job. You're in big trouble if you bring any more dead animals in that garage. All right. So I forgot why I was coming back here. Oh, I don't know if this tree's dead. Anybody know if this tree's dead? So I've got new sprouts here, but normally this whole thing is already blooming. And it's really pretty when it blooms. And when I'm breaking some of these off, it's pretty dead. But I cut this little branch off and it really wasn't dead, or it didn't snap off. So I'm like, shit, maybe it'll come back. It seems to be working its way up. I just don't know if I should, like, see, there's a new little sprout. I don't know if I should leave all this or clean that up. Like I said, normally when all these bloom, this one is like really pretty flowers. So I don't know what I need to do with that one. Well, I should trim it up or not. What else I got going on? That, I'll tell you what, that Home Depot paint, that shit's, I bought the best Home Depot paint, and I painted this five years ago, and look at how this paint has just faded and kind of trashed and blotched. Now the blotching part is because they never had any, what are you doing, boy? They never had any caulking anywhere, so I caulked in between there, and so painting that caulk evidently changes the color a little bit. But I mean, this is what, when it's new and fresh, it's got a nice little shimmer to it, and it looks like this. So that's what it kind of looked like when it was fresh, because I painted this same time as the wall. But damn, that Texas sun just wore this shit out. Woo! Home Depot, oh yeah, 10-year or 15-year warranty on their best paint. You can tell them they're full of shit and show them this video, because their paint does not hold up for crap. I'm pretty irritated because I paid a lot of money for that paint, not to mention how hard it was to paint it. All right, I think that's it for my little projects. I don't think I have anything else going on. Oh, there's a cute little cardinal. I see him sitting on that little pole right there. Where's he at? He's right there. Don't be landing on the ground. That freaking crazy Yosemite Sam, who's a big serial killer. Mokie's like trying to beat his record. Good grief. All right, we'll end that there. Mokie, you're a good kitty. There's that little chain. I covered this in another video. The wind was really blowing last night, so I keep this chain kind of just hanging right there. And then when the wind blows, so this doesn't bang around and hit everywhere, I just pick this up, kind of hook it in there, and it slows down the wind. Now, if it's still blowing and moving after that, I have another chain over here that I put up that I can just hook into this side, and then it stabilizes it. But if you got a swing that bangs around in the wind, those little chains work wonders. What are you doing, boy? You got in trouble because you got a big spanking because you caught all those crazy rabbits. You're in big trouble. You got a big spanking right on YouTube. Big trouble. All right. Well, in that there with Mokie Cat. And Buddy Boy's out there hanging out by his little tree. All All right, Buddy Moose T, you're good boys.